Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Your boy is back and I done did it again. One more time. What's really good, guys? How you guys doing, man? What's really good? Today's topic is, why do you want to become a developer? Why you want to join the tech industry? Why does it matter? Okay. So I want to know, I want to have a conversation with you guys, okay? I'm going to tell you why I actually joined, right? And why I focus in this industry. But I want to go in and listen to you guys also in the live chat and have that conversation with you guys. Okay, shout out to everybody that's in here. I already see the homie Angel Medina in here. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Loyal subscriber, you know what I mean? OG, triple OG. Luis Masambo, Fred. Thank you for those of you guys that have the notifications on. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, show some love. That's the least that you can do. And join the conversation, okay? Let's get into it. So why did I get into this tech industry? For me, it was very simple, right? I was tired of having bullshit jobs, okay? I was tired of having bullshit jobs, right? It's plain and simple, right? I hated going to a job, working full time and, busting my ass for a job that at the end of the day, they would tell me something like, yeah, man, in 6 months you could get a $1 raise. You get what I'm saying? You're looking at your life and you're like, man, $1 raise. What am I going to do with an extra $1 an hour, right? So at the end of the day, I was like, nah, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better thing for me out there, right? And of course, it was having a career, Also, too, I got lied, right? I got lied to, right? When I went to school, college, right? Went to get my associate's degree, whatever. And they told me, hey, you're going to study programming systems. Ended up doing some IT work with that bullshit degree. And I was like, man, my manager, the guy that was on top of me, right? He's been there for almost damn near 10 years. And he talking about, yeah, bro, in a few years you'll get where I'm at. And I'm like, how much you make? It was like 75 grand. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. I'm going to have to be over here resetting passwords, connecting printers, connecting phone lines for the next 10 years to make an extra, $25,000, $20,000 more than what I'm making. This doesn't make sense. So I needed to find something else. Okay. And this is why I focus on development, right? On top of that, I always was interested in coding and programming, just building websites in general. I always had like a little interest in that. And also too, I was like, okay, there's gotta be ways to make income online with this skill. And that's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna learn this, okay? Because of course you have stories like Mark Zuckerberg, Tom from MySpace, and a couple of other good guys, right? The good folks, right? The good nerds that made some good money on the internet. So I'm like, yo, I got to get my shit together. I got to learn this because I can't stay behind. And to be honest with you, it was the best thing that I did. I've been able to do everything that I wanted to do in my life as far as, personal goals, right? I always wanted to have my own house. Got my own house, right? I didn't get a starter home. I got a nice home, right? I started at the top, right? I didn't get the, $100,000 home and now I'm building myself up. Nah, I started at the top. You know what I'm saying? We started from 300 and up. Now it's worth like 800K. So it's like, yeah. So for me, it was like a personal achievement. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I ain't have to buy a multi-family home. I got a lot of friends who, they're like, man, I'm saving up to buy a house, and they got to buy a multi-family home where they live on the first floor and the second floor they rent it out because they can't really afford to own the whole house, right? And for me, that wasn't the wave. So for me to be able to accomplish that, to me, I'm like, okay, I did something good. Was able to get whatever car I wanted, right? Got great credit. All my bills is paid on time. Just have a very comfortable lifestyle. Am I rich? I can't say I'm rich, right? Because I'm working every day. I feel like when you're rich, it's like you could just chill. I work every single day for my money, so I'm not rich. I'm a regular folk, right? Regular dude that works hard, but gets paid better than most people, right? And that's something that, you know, for me was very important, where it's like, if I like to work hard, like, you know, sometimes I will have like people will tell me, you know, like co-workers or like a manager or something like that in the bullshit jobs. I'm like, you're just lazy, and or you're coming here late and this and that because of whatever excuse, etc. Right? But it wasn't that. It was not that I'm lazy. I'm a hard worker. I just want to get paid the way how I'm supposed to get paid, right? I'm supposed to, you know, make some good money if I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna bust my ass for your company. If I'm not getting that, my mood goes down, right? I'm excited the first 2-3 weeks. If I start noticing like, yo, y'all not appreciating my work, y'all not showing me no respect, right? My mood start coming down. Yeah, I'm gonna show up late. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all the extra work that I used to do, right? And on top of that, you're not paying me, you know, a livable wage. So I learned all those things before I even became a developer, you know. So when I got into this career, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this right. Right? We're going to do this right. We're going to come in here for the right reasons. And it was the bag. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know, I feel like I've never been like the developer's developer, right? You get what I'm saying? Like that dude that is like the nerdy dude that shows up to every meetup, the guy that stays to 8 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Like going bending backwards, trying to learn every single thing under the sun. That's not me. I'm here for the bag. I learn what I need to learn to get a bag. Other than that, I don't care about it. You get what I'm saying? Because I got other things that I'm passionate about. I like music. I like hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends. I like going out for some drinks. Like I got shit to do. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type of dude that's just like completely going to focus just on code, even though I did do that for a long time. Right? I was just like stuck on it for a long time of just like learning and learning and learning a million things. But I learned things that were valuable to me in the long term for my career. But yeah, man, so that's my excuse to get into the industry, right? I'm looking for better opportunity. I'm looking for a better lifestyle. I'm looking to be able to work from home, right? So I'm wondering, what was your, you know, your reasoning for you to decide, hey, I want to start learning how to code, right? I want to get into this game. What is the goals that you have? What is it that you want to get out of this? Because it's very important for people to have those goals there set up now and say, hey, this is what I'm working hard and this is what I'm working towards to. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I want to see on the chat, go ahead, put in, you know, why you got into this thing, right? And then from there, we want to go in back and forth. I'm going to read it and, you know, check out what you guys have. All right. I'm giving you guys a little bit of time. I know some of you guys just got here in the live stream. So go ahead, you know, post in there in the live chat. Why do you decide to join the tech industry? Why do you decide to become a developer? And why are you deciding to join the tech industry, right? If you still haven't gotten in yet, this is your first time, right? Or this is your first time, you know, trying to learn how to code or getting into this process. What makes you decide, hey, I'm going to do this? I want to know. By the way, guys, as you guys are adding that to the chat, right? I want to go in and also to let you guys know, guys, if you are a developer, if you are somebody who is looking to get a new job, looking to get into the tech industry, guys, this is the thing that I recommend for every single one of you guys, right? The portfolio blueprint, right? The developer portfolio blueprint. Go and get it, guys. It's worth it. I'm putting all of the information, right? All of the data, everything that I've noticed that has helped students get hired. I'm putting all of this in here. Okay. It's super cheap. It's $27. Okay. It's dirt cheap. Any one of you guys can afford it, right? There's no excuse. And the reason why I'm doing this is because 95% of you guys are making the same mistakes. You have a shitty portfolio And I can guarantee you right now that if you don't have a good portfolio, okay, if you don't have a good portfolio, you're not going to get interviews. Understand the process of this, right? For you to get hired, someone needs to go in and call you up and say, hey, we want to talk to you. We see something good from you, right? We see that you have some skills and we would like to contact you and have you come in for an interview. Guess what? If you're not getting interviews, I bet you whatever you want, that the reason you're not getting any interviews is because of your portfolio. Okay? People go to your applications, people go to your portfolio and they check it out. The reason why they're not actually contacting you and calling you in is because you don't have a good portfolio. Okay? This is something that it's a problem, right? It's a problem that 95% of developers have. Okay? No cap. You guys have seen all the portfolios that we have reviewed, right? Out of 20, 30 portfolios that we review, every 6 months, let's say out of those, maybe 4 or 5 are actually decent. Okay? And one of them is actually like, wow, like this is great. You get what I'm saying? So that's the same thing that's happening throughout the whole industry, right? Everyone comes in and focuses so much on, I want to learn the skill. I want to learn how to do this and that, right? But they don't focus on everything else that comes with the industry, okay? You need to understand the process of you getting hired, okay? We cover all of that inside of this portfolio course, right? This portfolio blueprint, right? It breaks down everything in there for you. Understand, how do people get hired? What is it that people are expecting from you, right? And how to create a good portfolio that's going to keep the person engaged, okay? When you create your projects, you don't create random projects. You create projects targeting a specific skill for the role that you're going for, okay? This is not the time like back in the days where you could say, well, I'm just a broad developer. I code. That's not going to get you an interview, right? Companies right now are looking for people that actually know what to do on the job. They're not looking to go in and train you. They're not looking for you to come in and be like, well, I need somebody to mentor me. We don't need no one to get mentored in here. We need somebody to come in on Monday and be productive. So how do you do that? You have a great portfolio, keep the person engaged, and then from there, give them the right projects. I'm actually even giving you in here projects that you should be building for your portfolio, okay? So I'm making sure that there's nothing in here that you're dropping the ball on. You understand what a portfolio is. You understand the process of getting hired. You understand the purpose of the portfolio. You understand how to keep the person engaged. You understand what projects you should be building. Not only just for content editor, email developer, but front end, back end, right? / full stack, mobile app developer, game developer, Shopify developer, like everything in here, okay? This is where you're going to get all of that. Okay. So again, go check it out. It's dirt cheap, right? At the end of the day, if your portfolio is looking like this, right? Your portfolio is looking like meh. Nobody wants to see that. Okay. I'm telling you guys right now, this is what everyone has. This is the type of portfolio that everyone has. It's like some real plain shit, some shit that looks like you're a beginner, like you just came from free code camp. Right? You don't want to look like the guy that just came from Free Code Camp. And I'm not throwing shade at Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is great. It's a great platform to practice. But it's not something that you have, that you leave out of there and be like, well, I have an amazing project out of there, right? That's going to wow the person. Right now, you have a lot of competition. You can't show up to any type of company and be like, hey, here's my portfolio. This is no good. You want to go in and wow the person. Give them a portfolio that's going to catch the person's attention, right? And say, this person is at a different level, right? And once you catch their attention, give them exactly what they're there for. Hey, I'm looking for an email developer. Guess what? This is the skills that I have. I know HTML, CSS. I know responsive design. I know how to test emails. I know how to use email service providers like MailChimp, ConvertKit, Salesforce, right? You're basically validating the reason that they're there on your portfolio. Okay. And then from there, have the right projects. Once you do that, I guarantee you that you're going to start getting way more calls. Okay. That's a guarantee. This is something that has been proven. I've been doing this for 7 years, teaching the same thing, the same formula, right? Helping people get in. I'm not here trying to make you the next Mark Zuckerberg, the next dude that's going to find the cure for cancer. That's a journey you got to go on. My job is to consistently help people get into the first positions. So the first job. So if you're interested in that, go check this out, right? Don't waste no time. Literally go get the portfolio blueprint. It's $27. In here, you go in, you have everything that is included with it, right? The roles that we cover in here, okay? Real developers, check out what they have to say, right? And also too, we're going to be adding even more section in here from the students. This is a brand new course, right? In the next month, the next couple of months, you're going to start seeing a couple of testimonials of people that came in, took this course, and they started getting way more interviews, okay? So again, this is the same thing that I teach to my students at CodingPhase.com. When somebody comes into the Tech Accelerator program, I'm teaching them this, right? And they're coming in paying a premium, right? Because I'm holding their hand through the whole process. But guess what? You could get a piece of this, right? For $27 on the portfolio blueprint, right? This is just one part of what we do at CodingPhase.com, okay? That's why we get results. We focus on actually doing research, looking at what's happening in the industry, and constantly tweaking and adding new things to help the students stand out. There's a lot of stuff in there that we haven't covered on the YouTube channel at all, right? So go check it out. Let me see here on the chat. Reading through here. Let's start with, why are people joining the tech industry? Why is it that's driving you into this industry and you know, making you go on this journey of learning to code and, you know, building a portfolio, building some projects, going to interviews that you scared that you've never done before, right? Let's see. Luis Masembo says, fam, I want a business to scale, provide my financial freedom. Yeah, nice. If you want to start a business, definitely go for it. It's a lot of different software as a services popping up right now. And if you have the skills, you can build that for sure. I always recommend people to get a job first. And the reason why I recommend that is because when you're an entrepreneur, right, you either freelancing or you're building your software as a service, you never know when your next check is coming in, right? Meaning like, I could be freelancing and this whole month I could be late. I could be having a whole bunch of people setting up, you know, projects and I'm charging them. But next month, I don't know, right? I don't know. This shit might be slow a little bit. I was making $5,000 last month. This month I'm making $1,200, right? So it's not consistent, right? So what you do is you go in and you work for someone. And once you work for somebody, you're basically getting trained on their dime, right? You learning from them on their dime. Their mistakes, you learn from them, right? When you make a mistake, shit, you learn from it. But guess what? You ain't really have to invest anything. Someone paid you to go in and do that mistake. Excuse me, guys. Don't mind me if I cough in here. I've been having a nasty cough all throughout this year. I don't know what the hell. I guess I got COVID something, or I don't know. You know how to say COVID lungs or something like that? This freaking cough keeps on happening every couple of weeks. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Hi, Joe. Will you please review my portfolio? Yeah, we could do it. We could do it. Put it on the Discord. Yeah, man, this is why I haven't been live. I haven't done no videos. This freaking cough is driving me crazy. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Brio Fisher says the degree is so bullshit, man. Yeah, I mean, not every degree is created equal. And that's the thing that they lied to you and lied to me about. They always say, hey man, if you get a degree, you're guaranteed a job. It's bullshit, bro. You get a degree, it's not guaranteed. Okay. Also too, you go to, let's say my school that I went to, LaGuardia Community College in Queens, New York. Bro, that shit that's like getting a GED. You get what I'm saying? That's like getting a GED. Like, that shit holds no weight. You can't go nowhere. And somebody reads that shit on your resume and be like, well, where does he come from? LaGuardia Community College. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't open no doors. That's not MIT. That's not Harvard. You get what I'm saying? So a degree is good to have, right? It's always good to have, but understand that they're not created equal. Okay? So don't expect to get, a guaranteed job or getting opportunities just because you got a degree. Like, you might just be like, hey, I got a bachelor's degree and yeah, I'm a manager at McDonald's. That shit happens all the time, B. Okay, let me see. Can you review my Microsoft? Bros, y'all got to go join the Discord. You get what I'm saying? This is not a consultation. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I feel like a lot of people come in here. Y'all don't watch none of the other videos. Y'all don't leave no comments. I don't know y'all. If you come in here and you consistently show up to the channel, Kishalay Ray, I'll review your portfolio. I'll review your Microsoft your micro software as a service, but I don't know you, fam. You've never left a comment here. This is your first time. So a lot of times people pop up, don't leave no comments. I don't know them. And they be like, hey man, can you review this? Can you do this and that? There's a line, bro. You got to wait on the line, right? Now, if you're active in the community, like for example, someone like Angel Medina could tell me, yo, Joe, do this for me. I'll do it right now. Instantly. Because he's always in here. Right? He's always in here showing love, leaves a comment, leaves a like. You get what I'm saying? Like, be active in the community. Let me see you a couple of times at least, right? And then from there, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it for you, bro. But yeah, we can't skip the line if I don't know you. Okay? Let me see. Let's continue from here. Luis Monsanto says, Joe, I'm antisocial. I don't like dealing with people. Me either, bro. I only like dealing with you guys, right? Because y'all not in front of me. And if I got to deal with 50 people, I'm like, hold on, bro, there's too many people in here. Nah, man, I'm the same way, man. I don't know. That's why I try to get a remote job as soon as possible, right? But it was so hard back in the days to get a remote job. Like, now you guys are so lucky and so blessed that most of you guys will start on a remote job, right? Like, let's say most of the students that came through the Tech Accelerator program, right, in the last 3 years that we had it open, bro, all those people, they're not even going to an office. They working from home and they start their job from there. And I'm like, bro, you know how much work it took me to get a remote job back then? You know, you had to show up with like 2 or 3 years of experience and like for real. Like, because companies wouldn't trust you. You guys got it good now. But yeah, man, I'm the same way, bro. Even if, like, let's say, God forbid, I lose everything. I'm like, I lose everything. I'm done. Whatever. I lose all my companies. I get hacked. I get whatever. God forbid. Knock on wood. Right? And I got to get a job. Shit, I'll get a job. But I'm trying to get a remote job. I don't like being in the office. I don't like being in a space where I can't get out. I can't move around. I don't know. That's just me. I'm that type of person, right? I hate that feeling where I'm like, I'm stuck somewhere and I feel like I have no control of me leaving. I hate that, you know? So, yeah, I would just work remote. So I'm the same way as you, Luis. Let me see. Good day, CodingPhase. Let me see. Walked in the middle of this, but I agree 100%. I hate work when I'm not thriving from my pay. Yes. Yeah, when I'm getting paid good, I'm crushing it at work. Yep. Exactly like me, coming in late, saying be happy, I showed up. Yeah. Exactly, bro. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you have an employer, you work in a bullshit job. You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was working at Armani Exchange, Queen Center Mall, right? The moment they gave the job to some girl, like, I was there for like 7-8 months or something like that, right? As I was going to college and stuff. And there was this girl, you know, shorty had a fatty, shorty thick, nice little Colombian chick. She was nice. Guess what? She started messing with the manager, right? The manager becomes like the head manager of a couple of stores. Guess what he does? He goes in and gives the managing position to the shorty he's smashing. At that point, I said, all right, I'm coming in whenever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, this chick don't know how to fold the clothes. She don't know how to talk to the customers. How is she managing that? You know what I'm saying? And she came after me. So it's like, come on now. This is part of the game, right? This is where the shit gets messed up. But yeah, after that, I was like, yo, I'm showing up late. I'm supposed to be at 9. I'll show up 9:15. It is what it is. I'm getting paid what? $9.50 to be here? Yeah. Y'all lucky I even show up. After taxes, you leaving out of there with $5, bro. That shit's crazy. You know, and talking about that, right? Just how much people get paid. I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, right? And paid attention to the news, right? And this is a great reason why to become a developer right now in this day and age, right? So delivery drivers and, you know, food deliveries in New York City, right? They're now getting paid $20 an hour. Now, at any moment, I will say, shoot, give them $1 million if that's what they need, right? They're doing a great service. But what does that do to the dollar? Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it, right? What does that do to the dollar? That means that the dollar ain't worth much. Because just like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, they were pushing, hey, man, we got to go in and lift the minimum wage to $15. Now they're like, well, you know what? Food delivery guys, let's bring it up to $20. That means the dollar ain't worth shit right now. For real, right? I mean, think about it. You go to a store right now, to the supermarket, you trying to buy just a T-bone steak. A little steak just for you, right? Something personal. You want to eat some steak tonight. Guess what? That's $18. That right there is 1 hour out of your day, basically. If you work on any bullshit job, that's 1 hour of the day just to eat one steak. We're not talking about the rice. We're not talking about the soda that you might get or the juice or the water. We're not talking about the seasoning. We're not talking about anything like that. We haven't even added a little salad on the side. Just to start it off, before you even cook anything, you're starting at $18 to get a little T-bone steak for yourself to cook at home. Okay? Now, what does that mean? That means the dollar is not worth shit right now. And any type of bullshit job that you're doing might not be worth it anymore at all. Because things are going to become more expensive. And they're going to continue going up. And guess what? The salaries are not going up. They're not going up, actually, right? So it's not like, well, man, the shit's more expensive now, and your boss, right? Let's say you're working some bullshit job and you're making $40,000 a year, right? Because you've been working there for like 5 years, and you're like, man, I got a nice little job. I got my little bills. I got my little car. I'm surviving. Guess what? You're not gonna be able to survive pretty soon. It's getting to the point that anyone that's making less than $50,000 and below, you're going to be basically living in poverty. Not poverty like you're in Haiti, right? Where, shit is crazy out there, right? Or, some third world country somewhere in the world, right? You're not living like that, but you're in poverty here in the United States. Okay? Yeah, you got your little iPhone. Yeah, you got your little car. You got the little shit that just takes you from point A to point B. But you don't have enough money to go up or do anything. So, yes, that's poverty. You're limited. You're limited to what you're able to do in this country. Okay? No more vacations, no more, hey, I want to go out, pop some bottles. Hey, bro, that's $300, $400. Well, now it's $600. And if you go to a nice, decent spa, you're talking about $1,000 and up. You know what I'm saying? Strippers is looking at you weird. You throw in $1 now. They're like, yo, we're gonna need you to start throwing some $5 tips in here, right? Crystal and Diamonds looking at you like, yo, hold on. If you want me to bust it open, you're gonna have to throw $5 and up from now on, because the dollar's not worth shit no more, right? I mean, remember when we was young, where I remember back in the days when I used to live in Richwood, Queens. I could go to the store, $1, get a $25 chip, right? And if I want a bowl, I will get the 50-cent chips, 50-cent Doritos. They got the 25-cent ones, the little ones, and they got the 50-cent ones, which now are what they would charge for a $2 Dorito bag. That used to be 50 cents, right? And then you still got 50 cents left to buy a juice. Those days is over. You wanted to go to McDonald's? Guess what? When under $5, you got a whole meal. Large. $4.68. You will get a large whole meal. 20-piece chicken nuggets, or a Big Mac, large fries, large Coke. You good. That's your lunch with $5. Guess what? You go to McDonald's right now, that's just coming out to $13, $14. You get what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. Now, again, why it's important to become a developer is for shit like this. You do not want to be in a position where you're limited in this life. You want to be able to grow. And that's what I love about being a developer, that you're able to start. Like, let's say, for example, some of my students that come into CodingPhase, right? They start at $65,000 to $85,000, let's say, on the Tech Accelerator program. We focus on content editing, email development, Shopify development, right? Those 3 things allow you to get in fast, quickly, build some experience, and put some money in your pocket. And you just switch careers. You just went in and hit them with the Ginobili. You say, whoop, whoop, hit them with the left. You know what I mean? Euro step. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Euro step. You know what I'm saying? You do the Euro step, and now you're in a new career. That's the good thing about what we do with the Tech Accelerator program. But again, start with that 65 to 85. Now, that's what you're starting with. There's people that right now, they're like, yo, I'm about to go back to college. And they're going to be struggling for the next 4 years to make the same amount of money. That's the shit that sometimes people don't think about, right? You could have something that you can learn in like 2 months and be able to get a $65,000 to $85,000 job starting with, right? But the good thing about it is that there's growth. It's a career. It's not a bullshit job. I had somebody coming in telling me about installing solar panels, because there's always a wise guy like CodingPhase that pops up in here in the comment section. Shout out to him, right? Some dude that he always talking about plumbing, and now he's like, yo, CodingPhase. Shout out to him, right? Yeah, we're starting a franchise now. Anything with phase, that's part of CodingPhase. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need a bag for that. But yeah, so there's another dude that always talks about, other type of jobs, just other bullshit things like, okay, installing solar panels, which is not bad. It's a job that's needed. But then when you go in and you look at the job, they might give you $75,000, right? You got to go through some training, right? Just like anything in the world, you got to train yourself, right? You go in, now you're on top of a roof, picking up fucking heavy ass equipment, going up a ladder, right? You're exposed to getting hurt, right? the most you're gonna get as a developer is what they call it, carpal tunnel, the shit that your hands go numb. That's the most that you're gonna get, right? But that's why you got to get one of these chairs, so you could be good and you don't mess up your hands. But you're doing solar panels, right? You're doing that bullshit job, right? And again, when I say bullshit job, I consider everything a bullshit job. Even development is a bullshit job, but it's a bullshit job with growth. And the reason I call everything a bullshit job is because I don't like to work. Just like every single one of you guys. I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to do any work. I wish we could just fucking chill. You know what I'm saying? like we was like, I don't know, living in an age where there's so much money in the world that we don't have to work. I would love to do that, right? But again, it's a bullshit job. You're on top of a freaking roof, putting up solar panels. And guess what? What's the trajectory? How much are you going to make a year later? Well, you start at 75 and you'll make 78. How much will you make 5 years later? Well, I started at 75, now I'm making 85. So you give 5 years of your life to make $10,000 more. And that's where I compare development to every other career. In 5 years, bro, you could be making over $150,000. And if you're smart enough, you can go in, build your own microservice, right? Build your own software as a service, create your own digital products, and you could be making $500,000 and more. You're not going to be able to do that connecting solar panels or doing plumbing unless you're a savvy dude that goes in and says, well, I'm going to buy a van. I'm going to get some other plumbers and I'm going to set up my own company. Most people don't do that shit. The average developer spends 5 years, and if they just learning the right technologies and working at the right company, you make over $150,000. While the dude that's connecting, solar panels is making $85,000. Took him 5 years to make an extra $10,000. Because that's how it is in companies. Unless you switch. If you switch to another company, it might be a little bit different. You might make some more bread, right? But everyone knows when you work at any company, and especially in bullshit jobs, they'll go in and they barely give you any promotion. They'll come in and be like, well, we'll give you a 3%, 5% per year. What is that? What am I going to do with that? So with development, at least you make some bread and this actual growth. You'll see it. You get what I'm saying? In a time like how it is now and how the economy is, like shit doesn't go back. Always remember that. Prices don't go back. You know how they came in the bullshit? Well, in the pandemic, they were like, well, shit is expensive because there's not that much materials. Okay, the materials is back. Why the prices is not lowered? Well, it don't really work like that because now the economy is set at a certain standard. That shit's never going to come back. We're never going to get those, $8 steaks that we used to get, $9, $10 steaks. That shit's gone. You get what I'm saying? That only thing that you might see that goes up and down like that, and you might have some good times, is gas. But everything else, once it goes up, it's up. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit's not coming back. Same thing like rent. Once rent is up, it's up. That shit's never coming back. There was a guy that rented his apartment in New York City or wherever the hell, anywhere in the United States. Rented it for, let's say, $1,000 a month in 2014, right? Economy went up, got really good. The shit didn't go down to 900 or 800. It just goes up. So when you're choosing a career, you're choosing something that you're going to be investing your life, your blood, sweat, and tears. You need to be in a field that is going to help you grow with the economy, right? And that there's growth, that there's potential for unlimited growth That's the thing that I like about development. It's just the unlimited growth that I love about it. Almost every other job that I've seen, there's a limitation, right? There's a ceiling to it, right? You work at a company, they don't want to give you, a raise or whatever. You're stuck there. Most people, when they do, any bullshit job, once they get stuck there, they're stuck there. That's why you see people that they're just waiting for their retirement. Man, I'm just waiting for my retirement. I'm waiting for my pension. You don't need a fucking pension. You don't need a 401k. You don't need none of that shit if you're actually making enough money to invest your money in the right ways, and you're making enough to invest in something. Right now, just give you a heads up, there's people that would never be able to buy a house. Right now, you have to look at yourself. If you don't have a home, give you an example. You don't have a home right now. You don't own a home. The likelihood of you buying a home is close to zero. Like, you might not be able to buy a home. And I know it's like, damn, Joe, you're being mad negative. It's the truth. Somebody got to tell you the truth. That's just how it is, right? Because think about it like this. Any decent home, and I'm not talking about some shit in a place where you got to walk around with a gun and you got to fucking walk around with a bulletproof vest, right? And you don't have to come out with a stick to knock out the crackheads from your driveway, right? If anywhere that's not that type of situation, the homes is 300 and 400 and up. Debt to income ratio, it's crazy for some people. You have credit cards, you have your cars, you have student loans, you have a bunch of little loans here and there. You went to Macy's, you bowled out. You wanted to buy some new jeans, this and that. Shit, you didn't really pay it off that much. Guess what? You can't buy a home because now you owe $1,800 on Macy's, on a Macy's card. Next thing you know, you got Home Depot card, you got a Best Buy card, you got you got American Express send you a thing and they charge you $600, $150 for every year, right? So you're just adding up to it. Capital One send you another one, right? Shoot, you credit card balling. Your debt to income ratio, it's crazy. When they put it on paper and they look at it like this, they put that shit at the light, ain't no way you buying a home. You get what I'm saying? And then your job that you have, that bullshit job, is not helping you to be able to pay all that shit. And now everything is more expensive. So whenever you don't have enough for you to survive, what do you have to do? You got to dip into that credit card. Yeah. I know how it is. People be acting like I'm so disconnected or some shit. I'm not. I deal with that shit all the time. My mom is going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom gets paid like $45,000 a year as a teacher assistant in New York City. You know what I'm saying? So I'm her credit card. You know what I'm saying? So when her check don't add up. Yo, Joe, can you send me $200? Joe, can you send me $500? Joe, the car bill is a little bit late. Joe, it's the third. Shit was supposed to be paid on the first. So now I gotta go in. I gotta be her credit card. I gotta, you know what I mean? I'm Capital One. I'm American Express. Right? So I'm helping her out. So I know the whole game. I know how it is, right? And it's very hard for somebody that's in that range and under the 50,000 with no actual growth of how much you're going to be able to, like, hey, I'm busting my ass. I'm working for a year. And then by next year, I should be making $10,000, $15,000 more. If you're not on something like that, guess what? You're stuck in this little loop, this infinite loop. And there's a lot of people going through that. So becoming a developer right now it's the only thing that I see that I will say is recession proof, right? Economic downturn proof, right? That's the only thing that I see. And a lot of people are noticing that. That's why you're seeing so many people trying to become developers and trying to get into this game, right? There and there's gonna be a lot of predatory companies. That's why you see a lot of boot camps popping up and be like, hey man, come to us. All you have to do is get on another loan. Shit, you got 20 loans. What's another one? You know what I'm saying? You already got like 20 loans, bro, and 20 credit cards. What's another one? We'll find you someone that will approve you. All right, man. How much is it? Well, we start at 17,000. And but don't worry, when you leave out of here, you're gonna get $180,000. Right? You're gonna get $180,000 job. They'll sign you up for that dream, right? And most people is just putting themselves back into another hole, digging themselves even deeper. So again, not saying that my platform is perfect and it's the best one in the world, but shit, we only have one goal, which is helping people get into their first job. If that's what you care about, shit, you come into the right platform, right? Without selling you a dream, without bullshitting you, I think we do a really good job. But at the same time, it's like you're going to see a lot of people try to switch, try to come into this industry and try to start getting in, because the way how the economy is forcing people that don't even want to code. Was like, fuck, I got to learn how to code now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, because my debt to income ratio is crazy. I can't even buy a home. And homes are going up every single freaking day. And that's like actually the way where most of your wealth goes to. And sometimes people you might see online on YouTube, don't listen to every guru and every fucking person that you see on YouTube or Instagram. Sometimes I'll be seeing some dumb ass comments and like just random like videos that pop up. People be like, man, buying a home is the worst thing that you could do. Man, you shouldn't buy a house and this is not. It's like, bro, you gotta buy property. You have to, because unless you know how to invest your money, right? Unless you know how to invest your money in the stock market, right, or crypto or etc., right? If you don't know how to do that thing, right, you're gonna lose a lot of money in those markets, right? But at least with a property, you can actually go in and say, well, look at me. I mean, I bought a home for $300,000. Now it's worth $800,000. In a couple of years more, it's gonna be worth $1 million, right? Now, would I be able to go in and say, hey, I'm just gonna buy another $1 million home? Probably not, right? I wouldn't just go in and buy another $1 million home. No, I wouldn't do that. But this is how you go to all of these neighborhoods. You'll see like all these people that live in these big ass houses, and you might think like, how did they get that? There's a lot of people that is just regular folks and are able to live a certain lifestyle and live comfortably, live in good areas, have their kids in good schools, but it's because they know how to play the game. I give you a great example. Bob was working in the industry of cars, right? Creating cars, manufacturing cars, right? In the 1950s, right? Bob has a wife, first generation, first person going to school. Bob's wife, she's a teacher, let's say, for example. Regular folks, they bought their house. House at the time only cost $50,000 or even less than that. As time went by, Bob had kids was going to school. Bob goes in and says somewhere in the 70s and the 80s, let's go in and sell our home. They sell their home. They bought it at $50,000. Now they sell it for $125,000. Now they have enough money to buy a $250,000 home. They put in their down payment from what they got from their property, and now they're basically paying the same amount that they was paying when they have a $50,000 loan. This is the game. Bob comes in. Bob is getting a little bit older, right? Goes in and says, hey, let's move to Florida. We was living in Michigan. Let's move to Florida. Goes in, that, $250,000 home. They go in the 90s. They sold it. $250,000. Now they sold it for $390,000. Now they got enough money to go in and buy a $500,000 home in Florida. 2005, Bob dies. Bob goes in, leaves his home, goes to his kids, right? Now the kids got bread. Homes are expensive. Now they're $600,000, $700,000. Little Billy goes in, takes the money that he got from his dad, puts half the money up. His house was worth for, $250,000 or $500,000. Billy and Cindy both got half. They sold it. Now they both got $250 each. Billy goes in, takes the whole $250, puts a down payment for a house that now worth $700,000, $800,000, right? In the early, 2010s. Goes in, buys his home, puts the down payment. He's basically paying as if he was, having a loan for $380,000, which is manageable. At the time, the interest was a little bit low. Guess what? He's paying like $2,400 a month, which is not bad. For a family that, the husband works and the wife works, that's like $1,200 each. Guess what? Little Billy comes in the 2020s, interest rates go crazy down. They go, sell the home. Now that home that he bought for $700,000, now he's selling it for $900,000. Now he living with his equity, everything that he already had paid for it, the down payment that he put into it, what he paid over time. Now he has $500,000 to put down payment for a home. 2024. Lil Billy goes in and buys some $1.5 million home, $1.3 million home. How did he do it? Generational wealth. It got passed down. Someone had to put in the work. Someone had to start this shit. And this is how a lot of people go in and have a lot of shit here in the United States. Property is very important. If you work and you're only paying rent, you have nothing to show for when you leave out of there. The owner gets to keep all of that, keeps all the equity, pays off his mortgage, and when he decides to go and sell the home, he'll sell it way more than when he bought it. Very rarely you'll go in and you find a situation where somebody goes in and sells a home for less than what they originally paid. But how are you going to be able to do that when you're surviving from bill to bill? It's not that easy, right? That's why it's so important for, getting into something. I don't care, you do your research. Me, this is the thing that I know, right? Which is development. This is why I talk about it. Because this is what I know. If I knew something else, if I was like, there's people that do like imports and exports and like they know how to go to freaking China, get a bunch of products, bring it to the United States for cheap. Or some people, they know about farming and they know how to, farm specific fruits and products that actually brings them some income. Or, sometimes someone goes in and knows how to make clothes and they could sell those clothes. Or maybe someone is able to create products, I don't know, physical products, and they know how to do that shit, then I will talk about that. I don't know how to do that shit. What I know how to do is click, clack. Click, 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 clack. You know what I'm saying? I know how to click, clack. Click, clack on the keyboard. Keyboard warrior. You know what I'm saying? I'm a keyboard warrior. You know what I'm saying? We could survive off this internet. Lottie, right? So that's why I talk about development. But if you know something else, go for it. But you got to go in and compare it to development and say, how much growth can I have year by year? Because time is going to fly by. And the worst thing that you want to do is invest 5 years or 10 years into something and look back and be like, damn, what do I have here to show for? Nothing. Yeah, you fucked up. Me, I did the right decision. Getting into development was the best thing that I did. I look back, there's days that I come outside and I'm just walking around. Or like yesterday, I went to the front of the house and my kids is riding the bike on the front, right? And I'm like, shit, bro. And I'm just looking at my crib. I'm like, I got the biggest fucking house in the neighborhood. I got some shit to show for. You know what I'm saying? I go in, I got new Mercedes, I got a family car, got my wife don't even have to work. I freaking pay all my bills, take care of my family in DR, take my family in New York. Like, I got shit to show for. Like, damn, I busted my ass doing this thing. This 10 years run on development. I mean, it's longer than that. I mean, it started in 2011. There's 13 years in. And I got shit to show for. There's people that have 10 years and they look around and they're like, damn, I ain't got shit. I'm in the same spot that I was in 10 years ago. And that's why it's so important to find something that there's growth. I don't care what it is. If you find something else better, go for it. But for now, this is my answer to it. It's like, yo, development is the shit, bro. And there's people that, how can I say this? Like coding and programming, this has been around for a while now. But only certain few people knew about it. Like, because they made it seem like it was so hard to become a developer. They made it seem like it was so difficult and like you had to be so smart, right? Because I remember people talking about programming like when I was young, 2099 and 1999, before the millennium, guys, right? Before the millennium, right? Before Y2K, I remember somebody talking about this shit. And I was a young kid. But the first thing that I said, yeah, you got to be really good with math and do this and that. It's like, bro, like there's so many other things that you could do with technology. And it was like, there was so many gatekeepers. And even when I came into this game, there was a lot of gatekeepers. And now there's still a lot of gatekeepers where there's certain dudes that they try to gatekeep certain communities and certain people out of the industry. And it's like, bro, you can't, not anymore. The fucking secret's out, right? Some people have been getting rich. Some people have been making a lot of money in this industry, right? And some communities got left behind because they just didn't know. No one came back and told them about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear about the basketball player, the football player, etc., baseball player, the actress, the actor, the freaking, etc., entertainer. But you don't hear about the guy that fucking created a software company in the 90s and come back to the hood. Like, yeah, man, I actually, built this company. That shit doesn't happen. Where I'm coming from, we didn't have access to people like that. Certain individuals did. Not us. But that's why it's so important that now that we do know about this shit, that we go for it. Because we're going to get left behind. If you're not part of technology in the tech industry, you're actually getting left behind. And there's people that already have a head start. They already have a head start. They're already good. They already made their bread. Even, not to scare nobody, even with the AI thing, all this stuff, how some people is like so scared, this and that. There's a valid reason why people should be scared. Because at the end of the day, what used to be a great opportunity for people to get into and grow, this might not be here forever. Those same gatekeepers, those are the same people that's going to have the power to go in and say, yeah, we might not need that many developers. And guess what? We're choosing this guy. You're not part of that crew. You're not getting in. You're like, man, I'll try to get in 2030. in 2031, man. I'll decide by then. By that time, the golden age might be done. The people that made their money, they made their money. They're good. Whoever made their wealth, they're good. Whoever got their homes, whoever got their properties, whoever got their investments, they're good. By that time, they already got their bread. You trying to come in at that time when everybody got paid, everybody cashed out, and you're the last one, you don't want to be in that situation because it's going to be harder. You know, I was talking to one of my students yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Yesterday was the accountability meetings. I was talking to one of the students in the Tech Accelerator. I don't remember if it was the Tech Accelerator or the Diamond accountability meeting. But we were talking about how every year things get harder and harder. And it's not that it's like harder, it's just there's more requirements. When I started learning how to code, right? I learned that in my house by myself. Nobody taught me, nobody showed me anything. I just learned on my own. And I was able to get interviews at big companies, right? Really big companies. At the time, Twitter, Tumblr, social media companies. And I was going to go to Google and Facebook next, right? But what did I know? Technically, all I knew was HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? And jQuery. That's it. Basic stuff that now today, in this day and age, is like the most basic thing that you could know. Now, for you to go in and get an interview at one of those companies, you got to come in with a long list of skills. It's the same thing that's going to continue to happen every year. Every year, the bar gets set higher. It gets set higher, higher, and higher. And it just means that you got to know more and have more skills and have more experience and have more better projects. And you got to outdo the next person. And you got to compete with this person and this person and this person. And the more people that come in, now you got to go in and outshine thousands of people for you to get one opportunity. You think this shit is not going to get even harder? In 5 years, AI is not going to replace us. What it's going to do is going to allow us to do more. But that also comes with understanding everything about this new technology and this new way of doing development, plus knowing how shit got done before. Meaning that you got to learn everything that we know right now. Everything that we know right now, plus everything that's going to come in the future. So if you think like, oh man, I got to learn React, I got to learn Next.js, I got to learn TypeScript, I got to learn Prisma, I got to learn Postgres, I got to learn how to do user authentication, I got to use this service for this and that, I got to use ShaSCDN UI, I got to use freaking Tailwind, I got to... You see that whole list of shit? Every year they keep adding something else to the list. And it's going to continue to happen. So if you leave it for last minute, you know, what could be right now, we'll look back a year from now and be like, damn, it was so easy in 2023 to get a job. All you needed to know was this. Now you got to know all of this shit on top of what you already used to know. So don't leave shit for last minute. This is the best, best opportunity that you might have in a long time. Sorry I went on that tangent, fucking long conversation, but we had to talk about it. Mel said, facto. So I love my community. And then there's a couple of dweebs in here. It's like, what do you mean by facto? What? He's like, you're not part of the culture. Like, get you. You're not part of the culture, bro. You got to get your step your game up. Got to go outside. You gotta go outside. Okay, Digital Alchemist says, I love to create. I always liked building websites back before social media. Got back into it last year and it clicked right away. Better this time around. Nice. Congrats. Let me see. DDD says, I need a career change. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm actually going for becoming a developer. Let me see. Because I was inspired by it, my initial intention wasn't to get lots of money. Mahmoud Fargay says. Okay, cool. Yeah, some people, they don't do it for the money, and it's fine. But I do it for the money. I'm here for the bag. I'm here for that cash. I'm here for the moolah. You know what I mean? Give me the bags. You know what I mean? Run it up. Give me my shit. I love when people be like, man, I did it for the love. Listen, give me my shit. Run it up. I'm here for the bag. Yo. It's like a dude showing up to a diner, right? Dude showing up to the diner. I'm just here for the great pancakes that you guys have. I'm in there fucking putting up a mask on and give me the fucking money. Put your hands. Imagine the industry. The industry is like the tech industry is like a diner, right? There's Mahmoud. There's a couple of other guys, right? They're in there just eating their food. Like, I'm just here for the great pancakes and the amazing homemade syrup that you guys have here in the industry. I'm in my car putting my mask on. Yo, run it up. I'm here for the bag. Where the bag at? Yo, for real. It's like, yo, we only got this much time left for before the industry implodes. That's what I'm here for. Give me my bag before the shit implodes. Let me see. Savion says, well, the reason I want to is because I always been around tech as a child. I have experienced viruses. I have experienced viruses on my computer, DDoS attacks, and tricked by social media platforms being created during the 2000s. Okay, cool. Let me see. Joshua says, just tired of being forever broke. I want to get in a career that I will. Let me see. Hold on, bro. I need to start getting glasses because I can't read. Just tired of being forever broke. I want to get in a career that I will, but also to the grammar here. Y'all killing me. I can't understand. I am proud of and be able to expand on what I can do to change my life and spread the knowledge, wealth to my family. Okay, bring some wealth to my family. Nice. Okay. It's a good thought. Your family's like, you go ahead, you go do what you gotta do, little boy. Your parents is like, go do what you gotta do, little boy. You gonna take care of us. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's a good child. Go get that bag, boy. You know what I mean? Come take care of your parents. We took care of your ass for so long. Yo, what's your opinion on those skill bars? Horrible. Don't put skill bars. Don't put no skill bars on your portfolio. Okay. W Week says, Joe, the blueprint is fire. Yes, guys, go check it out. If you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely want to go check it out, man. It's like literally, it's everything that we've learned over 7 years of teaching people how to make sure they have a great portfolio. Okay. It's worth it, guys. Okay. The only reason why I put it at $27, I could be selling this for way more because I'm giving a lot of information. I'm adding even more content. And this is going to be a course that whatever's happening in the industry, I'm going to keep on adding new things to it. So go check it out. It's a great, great deal. And like I said, right now it might be 27. A year from now, once we have what I call social proof, right? Because this is a new course. I have a whole bunch of students that have came through CodingPhase, but this is a new platform, right? A new course that's specific just for portfolios. Once I go in and give this 6 months, this shit is going to be $100 and up. So you could get it now, own it now, and from there get all the free updates, get all the free things that come with this course at $27. It's basically crackhead prices, okay? For everything that we add into this course, like, again, you're getting a crazy deal. If you don't get it, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. If you are a beginner, an experienced developer, doesn't matter where you at, because sometimes some of these dudes that already got a job, they'll be like, well, I've been working for 2 years, Joe. I think I got it. No, you don't got it. Because you got that first job, but now good luck going and getting your second and third job. You get what I'm saying? If you're struggling, there's something wrong with your portfolio. Sometimes dudes be like, yo, I got it, Joe. I could do this portfolio. I go in and they send me the portfolio. I'm like, yo, but wasn't you working for 2 years? Yeah, I kind of left my portfolio go. I'm just getting back into it. Yeah, bro. Go check out the blueprint, bro. Stop playing. Like, you need it, bro. You need it. Trust me. This is what I do. This is my job. My job is, imagine this. For anybody that's wondering, like, I get paid to get results. I don't get paid to talk shit. I don't get paid to come here on YouTube. All the stuff that we talk over here, this is for us, right? This is why I curse in the live streams. I could do whatever the hell I want in this live stream. I'm not looking to make no money from YouTube. The people that come to me on my platform, I get paid to get the results. Been doing this for 7 years, and we've been doing that consistently, okay? So all of that knowledge, all of that data, right, of over 100,000 students that we have students from Udemy, we have students from Teachable, we have students that we have sold from ClickFunnels. We've had students from every fucking platform you can think of, right, that come to CodingPhase.com, right, and we've helped them go in and get results. Now, of course, there's going to be some people that, we haven't gotten them results, and it's usually because they don't do the work. A lot of times, if you don't do the work, you can't expect anything. If you go in and you start doing my course and you're doing 20 other courses and following 20 other YouTubers and following a million other guys, you're not on the right plan. The people that have came in and follow everything that we said, you could check them out on the Hall of Fame. It's very simple. It's a formula. It works. Very simple. Go for the right positions that don't have a lot of competition, right? Build experience within that position, okay? And once you build those experience in that position, then from there you go to whatever roles you want. So that's the process. It's a formula that works. You get what I'm saying? Okay, let me see. Jasmine says just time for being forever broke. I think I read that already. Ram says... Ram says, do me a favor, Joe, stop deleting your live streams. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to keep it PC in here. I'm trying to keep on my live stream. The reason why sometimes I delete the live streams is because sometimes we might crack a joke or say something that, we might laugh about it right now, but then some dweeb, some idiot might go in and clip it, and clip it and be like, well, look what he said in 2018. Like, you get what I'm saying? There's people, and I've proven it, right? Just the other day, I said about IT, I said, yo, IT is boring to me, right? To me, it's boring. Motherfuckers did a panel. They they went and took that one clip of me saying that IT is boring, and now they basically try to go in and make all of the IT workers. So anybody that was like doing IT or whatever it is, they're trying to now make me look as if I'm like this wild dude who just shits on every, career and everything that's out there, and I look down on other IT workers. I just don't like IT. It's not for me. You get what I'm saying? And them dudes is like, yo, they made a panel. From that one panel, now there's like 6, 7 other YouTube channels talking about me, about how I said that IT is boring. Like, are you serious? So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes we say some shit on this live stream that makes sense to us, but at the same time, it's like we've reached a point where we're somebody. It's not like how we used to be when we used to be in, back in Melville, New York, right? When we had the ghetto curtain, it was just us. It was conversation of just us. Now we have people that literally watch our channels that don't like us. They look at us and say, well, this guy has 100,000 subscribers. This guy, we got to bring him down. Like, as if I didn't bust my ass for 7 years to get to 100,000 subscribers. They act like I just blew up. I'm not one of those people that blow up. I've been just consistently working. So they don't take their time to look at the videos. They don't take the time to go to my website and look at any of the content that I have in there. They don't look at none of the reviews. They don't look at none of the people that went into the Tech Accelerator or the Hall of Fame. Like, they don't care the fact that I get results. They'll just go in and clip whatever little bullshit and make a whole story out of it. So that's why I go in some live streams if I feel like I might have said some shit, because I know how some people are. I just go in and break it down. This one, we're going to keep it PC so we could keep it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep myself, to not say some shit. Ruffle some feathers over here, right? Because the thing about it is, like, I hate that shit about the internet. Sometimes there's people that they don't understand you, or they don't like you. That's what it is. Sometimes there's people that just don't like you. And for whatever reason, their job, what they try to do is they try to bring you down, to talk shit about you, to try to discredit you, to do all type of things. And when you go in and you have these live streams where we do crack a lot of jokes, we do say a lot of shit in there, right? That is just for us to have fun. You go in and put that shit on a clip and then make a whole 10-minute video about that 2-second clip. Yeah, I'm not going to give these people ammo. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But it's just crazy how, how time flies, right? Remember when nobody used to come in here, nobody watches us, right? And it was just us here. Just how I always liked it. I didn't ask to be getting 100,000 subscribers. I didn't want that shit, right? I just want to stay with my community and have the right people in the community. Right? Nowadays, we get a bunch of people just asking me for, can I get a portfolio review? And it's like, bro, do you even like any of the videos? Do you even watch any of the videos on this channel? Do you even leave a comment? Like, I'm not reviewing your portfolio. I don't know you. Do some work. The same way how I'm about to do some work and take 10 to 20 to 30 minutes out of my time to review your portfolio. Take some time to watch the videos that we have here and leave a comment and leave a like and join the community and be part of it. That's just the truth, right? But yeah, that's what it is, Ram. It's the world of YouTube, bro. Oh, man. By the way, guys, CodingPhase retreat coming soon. Those of you guys that want to come down, we're renting a mansion. It's most likely going to be either in Vegas, LA, or Atlanta. If you want to come down, let me know. Send me an email, CodingPhase@gmail.com, CodingPhase retreat. Right? I'm being honest with you guys. This thing costs a lot of money. Okay? I'm not making a dime. I'm not looking to make a dime. I just want to go in and we have a great experience. Right? I want to go in and rent a big ass mansion. Right? It could be fucking, $9,000, $10,000 a day. We go in, we have some fun. Right? Enjoy the lifestyle that we're supposed to enjoy. But guess what? Everybody got to put up. Right? It's not gonna be on Joe's dime. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not making I'm not making a dime from this shit. All I want is that we pay off whatever it is. Right? So I'm looking for a couple of spots and looking for the right date. See, because the weekends is a little bit crazy expensive. So I'm trying to look at it, see if we could do like what will be like a good, maybe a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We could do it like that, so it could be a little bit cheaper for people. But yeah, if you got $1,000 saved up somewhere for a vacation, start saving it up, right? If you don't have it, save it up, because CodingPhase retreat is coming soon, okay? And it's going to be literally, you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 people only. Okay. So you want to come down, come meet your boy. We're going to do some meetings in there. We're going to hang out, have some good times, right? Network, right? That's what I want to do this for. Network, meet up with some of, you know, the subscribers that's in here and, you know, enjoy the lifestyle that we're supposed to have, right? Sometimes we need that motivation, right? Come out of a Rolls Royce. How the leather feels. You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to be going in? We got indoor pool, indoor basketball, outdoor basketball. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do? You want to swim in the living room? You can swim in the living room. Live how you're supposed to live, right? This is the type of experience I want to give my subscribers when we go in and we have the CodingPhase retreat, right? And you already know Diamond and Crystals is coming down. So have at least $300 in your pocket so shorties don't look at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, hold on. Whose business is this, Joe? Yeah. It's like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, in a $20 million mansion, this dude don't got $50? What's going on? What part of the game is this? So just save your bread. Save your bread, man. And again, I don't even care if nobody shows up. I'm going to show up and pay for it anyways, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, what I care about is that whoever comes has a good time and you know, really get to be outside with it and just chill, you know, get that experience because we all need it. Okay, let me see. Rainier Luna says, all my friends on web dev making over 200K. I'm done. I have done everything, supply chain management, logistics, currently a truck driver, still in it, reaching the 6 figures. So basically money. Yeah. Get your bag, bro. Tijana Jujic says, hey, yo, could you review my portfolio? Tijana, add it to the Discord. Put it on the Discord. Say, hey, this is Tijana. And from there, we'll, you know, review it when we can. It's a lot of people in here. Tijana, I haven't seen you in here. You got to leave a comment, ma. Right? Sometimes there's a lot of people that come in here like, yo, I need a review. Come join the community. You can't pop up just one day and be like, yo, let me get a review. It's like, join the community, join the Discord, put it on the link in there, and I'll check it out. I'll review it. And then if it's good, we'll put it even here on the YouTube channel. If it's not that good, I'll just go in and comment on the Discord and tell you exactly what you got to fix. And I'll review it through there. Okay. Link should be in the description. Let me see. Is the description, does it have the Discord? Yes. Link on the Discord is in the description. Get in there, join the Discord, right? And go post on the portfolio review. Same way I got to do remote. It was giving the guck 3,000. Bro, gold is always up. Gold is always down. You can invest into anything, whatever you want to invest. Every single day, there's something that goes up, and every single day, something goes down. Wix Michi says, I'm a boomer and want to supplement my retirement. Nice. Yeah, you could definitely do it. Sometimes people think like, yo, I'm too old. I had somebody that I talked to one time in one of the meetings, and they were like, man, you know, I'm 58, Joe. Do you think I'm too old? I'm like, bro, you got 2 hands. You got a mouth. You got 2 feet. You got a brain. You got 2 eyes. You good. You could do this work. Now, can you get a job full time? It's going to be a little bit challenging, right? It's, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. After a certain point, it can be challenging to find a job when you've never done this. Because if I go in, and it's nothing personal, but if I go in and I see there's a 25-year-old, right, that's brand new developer, right, and there's a 59-year-old, right, they're both at the same level, right, a company might go in and say, well, I'll get the younger guy. Why? Because if this person decides to stay here, we might squeeze out of him 10 years. The 59-year-old guy, he might not be here for 10 years. Not because something's going to happen to him, but maybe he just, he might just decide, hey, I want to, not do this, right? So it could be challenging, but that doesn't mean that you can't do this work. There's also older folks, right, that are killing it with their own businesses. I have somebody that, is a little older, has a bunch of clients, right, and they've been getting clients almost on a weekly basis. Again, $3,000, $4,000, right, just from clients, just by them building, him building them like websites, simple websites. But he has a network, right? He's in a position where he's older and built a network where he's part of a church. He's also part of an alumni from like some university. So all of those people that's in his network that need websites and need changes and need this, and that, he's reached out to them. And all he really knows is the basics of HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript. And he's already charging people $2,000, $3,000 just to do basic stuff, right? So there's ways that you can learn a skill and not be depending on, I got to get a job. And again, I'm not saying that you can't get a job if you're of a certain age, but if you find that it's a little bit difficult, you don't have to be worried about, oh, can I get a job? You can go in and start creating your own Fiverr profile, Upwork. Like, no one's checking how old somebody is, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what they care about is the work. Can you do the work? Right? So same thing, like I had somebody who had a crazy criminal record, right? And we was having issues getting him a full-time position. He decided, you know what? I'm having, a lot of difficulties getting a job because of my criminal record, right? And what he did, he started freelancing and basically now has his own company where he has like 2-3 employees. And that was in 2019. So from 2019 till now, he's been like with his own company. So there's ways, like if there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to come in, you want to make some extra money? Yeah, you could definitely do it. So age doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Now, again, that there's ageism in some companies, yeah. Same way how there's racism. You know what I'm saying? Same way, I was just like, sorry, going to the topic, but it's like I was watching a PBD podcast this morning, and they were talking about this Harvard professor who was talking about some stuff about like police brutality and stuff like that. But then they asked him, oh, what do you think about, affirmative action and this and that? And the dude was like, yeah, no, because we shouldn't hire people of the color of the skin or give them any preference or anything like that. And then the Harvard professor is telling him, like, yeah, you're right. People shouldn't get hired off the merit of like, they should get hired from the merit, but we should also go in and look into people's situations. Now that they come from a certain background, it could be Black or Latino, then you have more problems that you have to go through than other races. That's something that we can't deny, right? But we can go in and say, well, if this person was able to get a 4.3 GPA, right? And he was able to do it coming from the hood, coming from a bad school, coming from, a single parent home, them shit should be accounted for. Because this dude that got everything, got 2 parents, right? Lives in a great neighborhood. The only thing he had to worry about was just showing up to school, right? And he got a 4.4. Guess what? Imagine what would this guy, if he was in that situation, he probably would have done way better than 4.3 and done way better than the guy that had everything and got 4.4. So that's where the affirmative action comes in. So and I'm bringing that up because of the ageism and racism and stuff like that. Like that shit happens anywhere. And the guy PVD was like, yo, he's like, well, he's like shaking his head. He's like I don't believe in that and this and that. I'm like, I'm thinking in my head like, yo, this type of motherfuckers is like, and people that think like this, like they live in a bubble. If you think that you're gonna show up to a company and you 60 something years old, 68, you're 65 years old, and you don't think those people are looking at you a certain type of way, you're like, well, I don't know about this older guy. I don't know. People's gonna do that. It's the same shit that happens when you are Latino and black and you show up to a company where the majority of people are white. A lot of times people have their own fucking misconceptions of who you are, where you come from. Do you even know enough? Were you even trained good enough? Trust me, I've been in it. I've been in a situation where literally every company I go to, I have to prove that I can do the work more than anybody else. So that shit does happen. But again, where there's a will, there's a way. That's not something that's going to stop you, but you got to understand that there's people that's going to put bumps in front of you. Now it's up to you to go over those bumps and get to your goals. So that's why I want into that whole little thing. But I hate people that come in with that mentality of like, man, there's nothing, that shit doesn't exist. That shit doesn't, motherfucker, because you don't have to go through it. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to go through it. So you've never experienced it. So to you just show up and it's like, hey, hi, how you doing? Bob, da-da-da. Me, I got to go in there. They're already looking at me funny. Like, can this guy really code? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to prove myself. I got to go in there and kiss some ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so please, man, don't be those type of people that they don't believe in nothing. They're like, nah, none of this shit exists, bro. Racism, ageism, man, that shit is not real, bro. You get in there off your own merits. It's like, bro, shut up, man. Like that shit happens all the time, bro. You just don't know it because that shit is not gonna happen to you. Let me see. Well, of course, that's why I like this channel. No more one thoughts. No one. What? That's why I like this channel. No more ones through them fives. Through them fives. Let me see. Dynamic pricing. Yeah, that's crazy too. I got dynamic pricing. You show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's cheap. You show up at fucking 12 o'clock for lunch. Sorry, sir. This shit costs $22. your McChicken, your what they got, junior bacon cheeseburger at Wendy's is $22, sir. You came at the wrong time. That shit's like Uber. Uber is like, yo, shit's so crazy. When I was in Vegas with my wife, we took a cab, right? We took a cab from one spot to another, right? And it was like, it wasn't even that far. And that shit was like $25, right? We got off. I went in to the spot. I think I went to use the bathroom and took a leak real quick. And I was like, this casino sucks. And we came right back out in less than 10, 15 minutes. I go in and I open up the Uber app again. Bro, the shit said, to go back to the same location we was at, that shit $65. Yo, Uber, they doing too much. They You're doing too much. The shit was $25. Now, because the shit is like after 4 o'clock or something like that, they're like, yo, that's it. Premium time. This dude is like, I only show up for the premium. There's a dude right now doing Uber deliveries and Postmates and all of this shit. He's like, yo, I don't even show up at those times. I only show up for the premiums. There's a dude right now starving at home. He's like, man, I can't get no food. Ain't nobody driving around here. But when the premium times, there's like 20 cars. Everybody's like this. Go ahead, sir. Order. Just rubbing his hands. Go ahead, sir. Order. You know what I mean? We gonna feed you. Yeah, that shit is the worst, bro. Let me see. I think maybe plugins could work better with things. I don't know what they're talking about. Let me see. We all don't like to work. Yep, I don't like to work. David didn't laughing my ass. It's a bullshit job with growth. It's true. Development is a bullshit job with growth too, bro. You know, like I love to code, but one thing that I hate is having to code some shit that somebody's telling me to code. I hate that shit. Because a lot of times I'll go to a company and they'll be like, oh, we got to work on this project. And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, this shit is not going to go nowhere. Because I wouldn't use this shit. You get what I'm saying? But hey, they paying, so you got to build it. You know, a lot of times people will be like, man, when I see like new developers, they'll be like, oh, I only want to code with like Node.js and this and that, or whatever framework or library or programming language they like. And they're like, I only want to work doing this. And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like scratching the back of my head. I'm like, yo, this guys, they're so new and so noob that they don't understand when you work for a company, it's not the same shit as when you're building shit at your house. It's not. It's boring as hell, right? You're building tasks and killing bugs from shit that been there for years. It's not like fun when you're like coding, like when you're building stuff in your house, that's a controlled environment. When you at a job, they could throw whatever random shit at you. You know what I'm saying? Or you have to build some bullshit that you're like, why am I working on this thing? Like, I hate this freaking project. Like, it doesn't matter where you go. It's a job. You know? But don't focus so much on like choosing the things that you like, because you could do that on your own time. Always remember this. A job is a job. If people was to be building what they wanted to build on the jobs and have fun with it, they wouldn't pay you that much money. They pay you a lot of money because nobody else wants to do this shit. That's it. That's like a guy that goes to the oil rigs in the middle of the Pacific and the Gulf, right? They're in there on a ship, getting all dirty, got freaking all type of freaking petroleum on them and all type of shit, right? Those guys is not doing that job because they're like, man, I love being buffed. I love having all these muscles and getting hurt and almost losing a finger and this fucking boat, right? This fucking tiny city in the middle of the ocean, right? Getting this freaking petroleum. I love this job. No, people show up there because they pay a lot. No one shows up there because they're like, man, I just love to be lifting heavy shit all day. No, they don't like it. Maybe they like to go to the gym, but they don't like to be doing that shit on the job. You know what I'm saying? No one likes to work. Okay? It's the same thing as being a developer. Don't expect when you get hired to be like, man, I'm having so much fun here. That shit wears out. That shit is, you have that feeling the first 2 weeks. After the first 2 weeks, then they start throwing you like real projects, right? In the beginning, you're thinking, oh, this shit is easy. I could do this. But then they start throwing you more difficult shit, right? Or they start throwing you the same shit over and over and over and over again. So it's repetitive. So now you got 8 months, a year, and you've been doing the same app all day, working on the same thing all day. doing meetings about the same shit all day, answering questions about when would this project will be done all day. And you're like, yo, we just talked about this 2 days ago. It's going to be done by the 19th. But now you got to explain it to some other dude that wasn't here on that meeting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a job, bro. It's a bullshit job with growth. Ribeye steak $13.99. Yeah, bro. I just bought a steak. What was it? 2 days ago. Bought a steak. That shit was $18. So $13.99 per pound, but you know how they do. They throw an extra bone in there. They throw the heavy bone in there. It's like, yo, just give them the heavy boned one. You know what I mean? $18. Pure facts. Yeah, man. Let me see. I'm reading through here. Shout out to Dylan. What up, Dylan? And man says every house needs a plumbing, and this plumbers will never be out of job. Yeah. It's a dirty ass job. I'm sorry. This is the thing. There's a lot of stuff that pays decent out there, but I'm not trying to be looking at shit. You know, I had a situation here in my house, maybe, I don't know, like two years ago. My kids were freaking flushing toys and paper towels in there. The freaking thing got stuck somewhere in the pipe before it got to the septic system. So now you got water and shit all in the pipes coming up the freaking, I know this is nasty. This is a nasty visual, right? Coming up the freaking the bathtub. I had to change all that shit. That shit was nasty, right? Good thing we went in and remodeled that whole bathroom. But guess what? The dude, the plumber, came in like a G, walked right through the shit, grabbing shit, putting it to the side with his hands. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna put a gloves? Man, don't worry about it. I've been doing this shit for 30 years. I'm like, all right, this is not a job I want to be doing. I told the dude, I said, yo, bro, you don't want to put a glove on? And he's like, don't worry about it. I've been doing this for 30 years. I said, all right, I had enough. I just closed the door. I just closed the door. Let him deal with all that shit that was in there. Yo, that shit was disgusting. I'm sorry. So no one could pay me $1 million. You can't pay me $1 million. You can't even pay me $1 billion for me to be doing that type of work. It's the same shit like physical work. I don't like physical work. To be like all tired, all beat up, your back hurts. I've done it already in bullshit jobs, getting paid bullshit pay. And I know that I don't care how much they're paying me, I'm not going to be doing physical work, like lifting heavy shit. Like I remember one time I went in on Craigslist. I was broke. I was like, yo, I'm on Craigslist. And I started working for like a moving company. It was like a moving company. It's like a makeshift moving company. It was just a dude with a truck he rented from Home Depot. And then he's like, yo, he's looking for people to come and help him do a move, right? So I go in and help this dude out. Boom, boom, boom. We do all the stuff. Dude comes back and he's like, yo, here's $75. Gives me the $75. Like, yo, so I'll see you tomorrow. And I said, bro, you're never going to see me again, bro. I told him just like that. Yo, he just started laughing. I was like, bro, you will never see me again. He's like, yo, I told you to wear that. He's like, the belt, you know, the weight belt? In the beginning, he told me, yo, put on the weight belts. And I was like, it's not that bad. We're just going to bring a couple of little things. Bro, by the end of the day, my back was hurt. I had to go to a doctor's appointment. So the $75 that the dude gave me, I basically made it $5 for that work. Guess what? I'm not doing no physical work. You could pay me $1 billion. I'm not getting hurt on the job, right? I remember one time working in a warehouse, some dude dropped one of the pallet things. You know how, and they always tell you this at the warehouses. Hey, make sure you don't put your foot there. Make sure this isn't that. Pay attention as you're moving around. Some dude put a pallet on some other dude's freaking toes. When I seen his sneaker, the shit was like a white Uptowns, Nikes, you know, white Uptowns. Bro, Them shits was red uptowns. That shit, that toe was crushed. I'm good. I could be right here all day click-clacking and make good money, and I'm fine. Getting air from the AC. I'm chilling over here. I could go outside. I'll do this type of work any day. Whoever wants to be a plumber, whoever wants to do whatever the hell they want to do, y'all could go for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me. I'm not built for that. I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm not trying to be fucking doing nasty shit for money. Like, I'm good. You think of the tech lawyers because of upcoming bad economy? No, tech lawyers, the economy is already bad. It's not the upcoming. It's already bad. Your boy fucked it up. That's it. It's very simple. Bad decisions that were made in the pandemic, right? Stupid war in Ukraine. All the stupid programs that this dude is pulling up, and we haven't even seen the full scope of the problem. We're gonna get a bill. The freaking illegal migrants, that's gonna come with a bill that we haven't even paid yet. The billions and billions of dollars that we sent to Ukraine, we haven't even paid that shit off, right? We haven't gotten the bill yet. We just getting right now, when we seeing the food up, we seeing the delivery guys getting $20 an hour. The dollar's worth shit now, right? So that's just the pandemic stuff. We haven't even gotten the bill for the shit that's happening right now. That bill's coming. But that doesn't mean that the economy is going to be bad. It's a bill that's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got money today, right? Like right now you might not have money, but tomorrow you're going to have money. But guess what? You owe money from last week. So that's how the economy is, right? Right now we're not doing so good, right? Because of bad situations that happened previously. Now we got the bill for that. There's shit that's happening right now that's bad that we're going to get a bill for it later on. But guess what? The economy is going to get better pretty soon. Even better. I mean, it's already better. If you look in the stock market, there's a lot of opportunities popping up with jobs. Like the jobs is not going away. Now, the thing that you have to be smart about is you see how they'll come in. And again, I don't want to get into too much into politics, but there's shit that we can't avoid. When you see on TV and they say, well, you know, there's so many jobs. There's like millions and millions and millions of jobs that your boy Biden came through, Newport Biden, right? That he came through and he's providing. America has never seen so many jobs. All those bullshit jobs that they have, it's like delivery shit, working at Wawa, working for manufacturing, making fucking $22 an hour, $18 on FedEx. Like, it's a bunch of bullshit jobs that are available. The shit that is like highly skilled, they're actually, not that it's going down, but it's being stalled. Like, it's just there. Like, it's not going up, it's not going down. It's just like on a thin line, right? The economy needs to get way better so companies can go in and say, okay, interest rates are down. We could go in and take some loans. Shit, my own business. I had in 2023, right? I had 3 people working for me in CodingPhase, right? 3 people working for me in CodingPhase. I had 1 instructor, extra instructor. On top of that, I had a company doing my ads, and I had my digital agency, which had like 2 employees, right? Guess what? Half of the things that we've had, I had to let go of the people that I had, right? Why? Because interest rates are fucking high. So when you go in, you say, well, I'm going to go in and run advertisement for my business or whatever it is. Let me take this loan, use your money to advertise, and then now I can use my money that's coming in as profit. I could pay off my employees, and then I could continue to grow. Guess what? If I have to go in and cut down, guess what? I got to start letting people go. That's the same shit every business is going through. Every business has lost 30 to 40% of their income. Every single business. Doesn't matter from the biggest one to the smallest one. 30 to 40% of your income, it's a lot. It's almost half, right? So what does that mean? And especially when you don't have low interest rates. It's very simple. You go in and you say, well, right now we'll go in and have the essential people. We're not adding more. We're not adding for growth. So now as the economy comes back in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get your boy out of here and shit gets better and this shit gets regulated, this fucking country gets regulated, then yeah, then now the business owners can come back in and take care the other population that's the working population. That's just how it is. The economy is going to get better. And once it gets better, the people that is on the top can now go in and basically go in and give more opportunities for growth. Okay? And that's how every industry works. Sometimes people don't understand that, but it's very simple. It's like if no one wants to use their own money, that's the number one thing. I don't use my own money for anything, right? I used to. Once I learned this trick, this is how these motherfuckers get super rich. They don't use their own money. They use the bank's money. It's like right now, when you see advertisement, guess what? I'm not using my own money. I'll give you a quick update. Why the portfolio blueprint is on a separate fucking company and on a separate website. I'm not using my own money to promote that. That right now is selling like hotcakes. $27. Some of you guys might buy it. Here on YouTube, sometimes people don't see the value. But people, when they see the advertisement and they see the work, that shit brings fucking crazy value to people. But guess what? I'm not paying for the advertisement. I have another company that comes in and they're funding the advertisement. And we're going 50-50. Usually, I wouldn't even have to do that. I would just go in and I would just go and get a loan from the bank or get a loan from Stripe. And Stripe will go in and pay me the money up front. And then I'll just go in and use that money for advertisement. And then once I use that for advertisement, it will double or triple my income. And then now I'll come back in, pay off the loan. And now I'll keep the difference. Now I have cash, will go in, hire more employees, do more shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the world works. Right? No one that has money wants to use their own money. And no one that has money lowers their lifestyle for anybody, period. You could go in, if you're the owner of the company and you're used to getting, let's say, you're a CEO, you're used to getting $50 million, right? And that's what your contract says, and that's what you're supposed to be getting. But this year, it's a little bit slow, right? And they said, well, to keep the company profitable and for our stockholders to look that the company is profitable, we need to start making some cuts. And, we could start by lowering your salary. CEO is going to be, not my salary. Leave my shit alone. Leave my shit alone and worry about those poor fucks down there. Let them go. Who we don't need here. That's how the CEOs move. And it's not personal, but it's how it is. So they go in and start letting people go. All those people that got let go, they got let go for a reason, right? Either they were making too much money, right, and not bringing enough value to the company, or the company didn't realize that they didn't need them. So they start letting them go. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Now, once the economy is back up and interest rates are low, then companies go in and say, okay, cool. Let's go in. Let's get some money, borrow some money, use that money for growth. Remember that all of this shit is tax deductible too. When you hire an employee, you're paying for them and their benefits and all that stuff. All that shit is tax deductible. Companies want to do that for growth. They want to grow bigger. They'll go in and say, we'll hire 10 more people so we can make another $1 million. But if we can't make $1 million because of XYZ from the economy, also too, people are not buying into products, not buying into services like they used to. Guess what? You're going to go in and you're going to say, sorry guys, we was going to hire 10 people, but shit, we're going to stay with the team that we have right now and stay consistent. So as far as the economy becoming worse, I don't think it's going to become worse. It's going to become better. But there's certain moves that need to be made. Your boy got to get out of here. That's it. Ain't no way around it. We can't have somebody doing crazy shit and you know, not focusing on business. This is a capitalist country. This is not, you know, this is not Venezuela. This is not Cuba. Shit. Worry about yourself and worry about you making bread. Stop worrying about the government's going to take care of you. Man, I'm supposed to get a check. Fuck that. Make your own bread and you're going to make more. If you're focusing on the government taking care of you, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to stay here. That's where they want you to be at. There's a budget for people like that. It's a budget set. And those guys, they make so much money. Look into lobbying and all of that. And, you know, it's crazy. There's a documentary, excuse me, from Obama where they talk about all of the different levels of people in the economy. There's the people that's in a hotel cleaning the rooms. There's the people that's the manager of the person who's cleaning the rooms, right? And then there's the real managers. And then there's the owners. You get what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. When the person on the top is not making enough, that person goes in and says, I'm not looking to invest that much. He at the bottom. And it continues to trickle down. And then the one that gets hurt the most is the one that's all the way at the bottom. Because he's the one that loses his job. He's the one that don't get the overtime. He's the one that don't get the, you know, being able to get a promotion, etc. The guys that's on the top, they're good. Those people that's already making, you know, if you're making $500,000 and up, you good in this economy. The people that's doing bad is anybody that's below that. And usually the people that's making $500,000 and up are usually business owners or people that specialize that in specific things that only they can do. You get what I'm saying? You're part of like the 3%. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes people say the 1%, there's the 3%. If you're in the 3%, you good. You know, but the economy is gonna get better. It's just you gotta vote. You know, that's what I'm doing. I've never voted. To be honest with you, I've never voted. This time around, I'm gonna vote. I've never voted in my life since I became a citizen because I've been good. You know, like it never really affected me. The decisions that politicians do and stuff like that, because I just worry about me. I don't care about nothing else and whatever's going on outside. But realizing now that I'm a business owner, I gotta vote to where to candidates and people that are focusing on business. I can't focus on any of the other shit that's out there. It has to be on money, because it's so important for the economy to be good. We can't play around with that shit, right? And bad decisions can really like change your lifestyle and how you live and everything about you. And I've seen it. I've seen it how, you know, this after the pandemic and all these bad decisions that have been done, it has really affected a lot of people. You know, sometimes people, they're like, man, things is always bad. It's like, no, you've never been this worse than how it is right now. It's never been like that. It's never been, everything has been super expensive. There's a lot of shit that's going on that people it's like they're living in La La Land. This idea, I mean, imagine this, the American dream is to be able to buy a home. There's people that would never be able to buy a home now. In the pandemic, there was a wealth transfer You understand what that means? It's a wealth transfer, right? They even lowered the rates to a certain point where everyone could go in and purchase a home. And what happened was that the bigger corporations came in and bought everything off. There was no properties in the pandemic. People couldn't buy a home. But guess who bought it? Prosper, so a whole bunch of companies that's what they do, like Zillow, Realtor.com. A lot of those companies went in and bought neighborhoods, like literally neighborhoods, and just bought all of the new homes that were like what they call the starter homes, right? Homes that are like 150 to 200, bringing the prices up, holding it, not even renting it, right? So then now all the property values could go up, but then what that does is that it limits the person who's coming up. Everyone has a right to own something. Everyone has a right to grow as an individual in this country. But there was a fucking wealth transfer, guys. This is no cap. I've seen it. I was in the room when it happened. I've seen it, guys. There's a fucking wealth transfer. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that already have money, they're good. The people that didn't have money before the pandemic, this is a whole new world now. You can't fuck around. Pay off all your credit cards, pay off everything, get off debt, and get into a career as soon as possible. Because what could happen in the next few years is some UBI shit, and that's the worst thing that you want to have. You don't want to be one of those people taking UBI. Trust me, because it's going to be so difficult for you to go to the next level. This is going to be like a fucking caste system where it's like, hey, there's people here at the bottom, right? Anybody earning less than $50,000 is below that. It might even go to anybody earning less than $75,000 and down is going to be basically living, poor in an American way, right? Just living paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to live like that. I know how it is to live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. People knocking on your door. Your rent is due. This, and that. Like, I grew up on that shit. I get PTSD just thinking about it. I grew up like that. My mom was a single parent. Didn't have enough money to pay, for everything and pay for 3 kids and all this stuff, right? So I know how it is. And I'm seeing people living like that now that have even 2 jobs and they're living like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're living paycheck to paycheck. One bad thing, you go outside, someone hits you with a car. Now you got a crazy bill. Some of you guys don't even have the proper insurance. Your insurance might be because you're trying to save some money. You're like, man, I go to the Obamacare website. It's, my company doesn't provide healthcare. It doesn't provide healthcare. So if it doesn't provide healthcare, you got to buy your own. Let's say you go in, you buy some bullshit health insurance, and you're like, man, let me get the triple copper. Let me get the triple copper one, right? It's like, yo, there's the gold, the silver, the bronze. You're in there trying to save an extra $50. Like, let me get the copper one, right? Let me get the aluminum foil. You know what I mean? They come in, it's like, yo, you only pay $50 a month. That $50 a month don't cover shit, right? God forbid you get hit by a car, you get into an accident, something could happen, right? Your appendix could pop, right? That's like the most random shit that could happen to you in your body, right? Your appendix could pop. Now you go to the hospital, to take you to a hospital. You're like, man, you're in pain. Your stomach hurt. They got to do some surgery. They got to open you up, take out your appendix. Here's a $50,000 bill. And by the way, you got to pay $700 a month to pay that shit off. Imagine an extra $700 bill. Some of you guys already like, yo, y'all about to close the whole YouTube channel. It's like, yo, get me the fuck out of this nightmare. What are you doing, Joe? I come to you to have fun and laugh about it. Now you're putting me in a nightmare scenario. You get what I'm saying? Some of you guys right now sweating bricks. Like, hold on, bro, $700? Yeah, $700 a month. And guess what? If you don't pay that shit, they kills your fucking your credit. Now, if your car gets messed up, you can't even buy a car no more. Now, if you want to go in and rent a home, right, or rent an apartment, guess what? You can't rent an apartment because you have bad credit too, because you didn't pay your fucking health bill. There's so much shit that just gets you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm sorry I'm giving you that that little nightmare, but it happens, bro. Now we have to care about shit, because we just can't leave it out to other people to do decisions for us. We got to be on top of politics. We got to vote for the individual. This idea of you voting for everybody, vote for you. What makes sense to you, right? Whatever makes sense to you, you vote for that. That's it. This idea, we got to vote for this greater good. Fuck the greater good. Vote for yourself. What do you need? I need shelter. I need food. I need money. That's it. Those are the essential things. I need shelter. I need food. I need money. That's it. Everything else is fucking irrelevant. You could live through it. That's it. I'm telling you guys, because I'm seeing it out here. I'm like, yo, shit, we did a bad decision the last term. Let me see. Render here. The hater watchers. Yeah, people be watching, don't even like the channel, and be like, man, I hate this guy, but I can't stop watching him. Word. XXY says the repetitive shit is real. Yeah, bro. That's what a job is. It's cool the first time around, but when you do it for 50 times, you're like, wait, hold on, bro. How many times am I doing the same shit? How many components of React have I done already? How many bugs have I killed? I'm doing the same shit over and over again. For real. Lilia La says, Joe, why is the Tech Accelerator only for people in the US? Very simple, right? I want to give people results. You being outside of the US is outside of my control, right? For this program to work, it needs a couple of things that are required. Number one, you need to be a citizen or a resident, or like legal resident in the United States, or willing to open up a business here in the United States, so you could have a EIN number, right? Because most of these companies, they're not looking to hire an email developer in Zimbabwe. They're not looking to hire an email developer in India. It doesn't make business sense, right? When they could hire someone here at home. It's a simple position. Anyone can do this, right? So we focus on content editor, email developer, and those two positions are very simple. Okay, from there we go in and learn about front-end development and Shopify development, right? That's a little bit more on the side of expertise, we could say. But the first two things, which is what gets you the job fairly quickly, that's only here in the US. There's not that many jobs out there in other parts of the world just for that specific role. What usually happens is in other countries, like let's say like in Germany, right? They do emails. Of course they do emails. But what they do is they give that role to the front-end developer, right? They give that role to the front-end developer. And they'll say, well, you are a front-end developer here. You're going to do the emails for us here too. We're lucky enough here in the United States that again, it's such a big economy that companies have the budget to break this down from something that used to be just for the front-end developer, and they'll go in and break it down and say, well, let's not have the front-end developer work on this. Let him do more complex work, and let's have the content editor manage the website. Let's go and have the email developer just help the marketing team to build whatever they might need. Right? That doesn't happen anywhere else. So also too, I don't know any other any other market. I don't have time to look into other markets. So I'm like a real a real person that wants to get you results. someone else that's a bullshitter, like 90% of the people that's here on YouTube, excuse me, they'll go in and you could be in right now Zimbabwe, right? I love saying Zimbabwe because I just love saying that word, Zimbabwe, right? So you could be in fucking Zimbabwe right now, and a guy will go in and say, hey man, you want to learn Next.js? You want to learn React? You want to learn this and that with a Python background? And they'll go in and sign you up to some fucking course that you won't be able to get a job with in Zimbabwe. With no remorse. Not knowing that you might be in Zimbabwe fucking getting internet with a fucking cable in a clothes hanger, going to a cafe for half an hour so you could get access to the internet. You went in and worked half a year to, get together, let's say $500 or $1,000 together, right? And you're taking this risk of spending this money, doing this sacrifice, and this dude will sell you the course even though you're not going to get you no results. And he sleeps like a baby. Guess who doesn't sleep like a baby? Me. I don't sleep good if I was to do that. So I only go in and sell to an audience that I know is going to get results. I don't want to take advantage of anybody because I know how it is when you don't have no bread and you're taking a risk. So if you take a risk, I'm trying to make sure that you get your money out of this shit. Damn, it's freaking cough. The gift that keeps on giving, right? Oh my God. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's why I don't do it. I care about my subscribers. When somebody comes to me, you gotta trust that at the end of the day, I want the best for you. And I wouldn't sleep good if I know that I'm taking money from somebody and I can't help them out. Some people, they do that shit. I've seen, shit. I've seen people doing tutorials on YouTube, and then at the end, you got to pay for the license to use the code on the tutorial. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm not going to say no names, but YouTube is getting weird now. People are creating business models that have no scruples. To me, like, that's like me. Imagine if someone comes in, like Traversing Media, who's been creating so many like great tutorials, so many people learn from him. And let's say you learn something on his tutorial, and then you want to build upon that tutorial. But you go in and spend 5-6 hours learning from him. And then at the end, Brad goes in and says, hey, by the way, if you ever want to use this code, you got to pay your license for it. And it's $1,000. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Hell no. Now, of course, the person who does this shit is not Brad. Brad has some scruples. Brad is a good dude. That's why he's my boy, right? But you're going to find a lot of people that don't have no fucking scruples. Like, they'll go in and sell whatever you want. I was thinking about this shit the other day, too. I was like, maybe I'm stupid. Because I'm actually caring about the subscriber, right? Because I'm looking at all these people and they're signing up to all of this stuff. And I'm like, man, maybe I should just go in and join the crowd. Join the crowd. Oh my God. Join the crowd of like, let's create a Next.js course. Let's create a TypeScript course. Give you the whole MERN stack, even though you're not going to get a job. Maybe I should just do that. Because I'm realizing people, a lot of times in here on YouTube, people, they're going to get what they want to get. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not going to get no results. But that's where I feel bad. Because if someone comes in to me and says, hey, Joe, I did all your course, I did all this shit, I couldn't get a job. You know what I do? I go in, I start looking at the portfolio. I start going in, emailing them saying, hey, let's fix this. Let's try that. I'll start sending them job opportunities where they could be applying to. I'll go in and give them an internship in my own company, or maybe I'll go in and might even say, hey man, put me on your references. And here's my phone number. So you can go in and have them call me, and I'll tell them that, yeah, you're a great developer, you do great work here, etc. I go out of my way. Motherfuckers don't do that shit here on YouTube. So yeah, why I don't do the Tech Accelerator only for people in the US? Because the program is not built for people that's outside of the US. And if you're not gonna get no results, why would I sell it to you? You get what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. Let me see. I'm just reading the chat. Shout out to Lawrence D. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Let me see. Stupid guy never supposed he's stupid. No, I'm just saying, I'm like, I guess I'm stupid because I'm like the only one that has like fucking morals. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's people that they have no scruples. Like, they have no morals. Like, they don't care. Like, when someone comes in and I know the situation, that's why do I go in and I always give like, you know, a discount, a percentage or something off. Or there's times I work with people's fucking situation. I'm like, yo, this person, man, Joe, I want to learn from you. I want to get this and that. But right now, bro, I know you're charging, let's say 100, right? Bro, I only got 45. I'll be like, bro, give me 45. I got you. Don't worry. Then when you get your job and, just sign up to the Diamond membership, you'll take care of me through there if you want. No pressure. I got you. That's what I do, right? But there's people like, nah. They're like, yo, price is set in stone. This shit is like, yo, shit is $1,000. It's I'm gonna get $1,000 out of this shit. You know what I mean? And then all these other people that could get benefits of actually learning from the course, they can't afford it. And somebody goes in and like, whoa, that ain't my problem. The shit is $1,000. It costs $1,000. Me, I just want people to do better. And actually, as long as I could keep the lights on, like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Also, too, is like, once I do a work, it's like, it's done. Like, why am I going to have it there? To catch dust? No, I want people to use it. I didn't fucking spend all of this years and all this time recording all of this material and doing all this work for it to catch dust. I want people to actually use it and, get to change their lives and do what they wanted to do. Right? But a lot of people don't think like that. You know what I mean? Also, too, people just want to get what they want to get. You know what I'm saying? I realized over time that, I don't know, like sometimes people don't use their brain. And what can I do? I'm not going to be doing brain surgery out here. It's like a dude is like, yo, he's bumping into a fucking wall every single time. And it's like, man, I'm doing this. It's like one dude. I'm not going to say his name. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I might know him here. He's from the community. Dude goes to a boot camp. Right? First of all, no, he goes through like every platform you could think of. Goes to Team Treehouse, Codecademy, fucking Udacity, goes to the Facebook fucking marketing certification, the front end certification on Facebook, does all that shit. Goes to the boot camp, right? Goes to the boot camp, finish that shit, gets himself in debt. Cool. Now we're in 2023, right? All of this in 2020. Now we're in 2023. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, you got a job? What you doing? Nah, you know what I mean? Like, shit, the industry's saturated right now. As soon as I hear that shit, I already know, bro. Right? You tried every fucking bullshit that's out here. And you put yourself in a position where, You're competing with everybody in the game, not understanding that what you care about is getting your first job, right? And now this individual is like, okay, goes in 2023, goes in. I go out of my way. I said, bro, look, you've tried everything. Goes in, and I say, sign up to the Tech Accelerator. I'm going to give it to you for free until you got a job, right? You got a job, I got you, right? You come back and you take care of your bill. You owe a bill here. You know what I mean? You owe a bill at CodingPhase. Now, again, I don't do this shit for everybody. I do this for people that have been here in the community. This is why it's so important to be part of the community, because if I see you struggling, I'm going to do whatever I can to help you out. Even if you never put a dime into my pocket, I see you here every day. Guess what? I want the best for you. So if I can go in and change your life and help you out, I'm going to do it. So I go in and give him the shit. Around November, goes in, gets a job, right? Started the summer. By November, less than 6 months, he got hired, right? Now it's working, comes in and is like, yo, Joe, you was right. And I was like, yeah, bro, like, I told you. Like, why the fuck are you trying every bullshit out there? You need to go and try this shit out. Trust me, it works. I wouldn't be fucking telling people to do it if it didn't work. Straight up, you know? Because the goal is to get your first job. And once you get your first job, you could do anything else you want after that, right? But you want to at least have experience and you want to get into the game. You know, a lot of this companies, they don't have scruples. Like, if someone was to go in and be like, okay, I have a boot camp. Let's say I own the boot camp, right? And I'm seeing all of my students are not getting hired with the MERN stack. You know what I'm doing? I'm switching over. I'm going in and I'm going to go in and do the research, what type of opportunities they could get hired with. But boot camps don't do that. Boot camps, what they do is they go in and say, well, what are the highest paying positions, right? Okay, cool. That's a great way to sell it. Say, well, you could get hired as a React developer, $140,000, but they're not hiring new developers without experience. Doesn't matter because they're coming here for that. So our job is to give them the training. Even if they don't get the job, that's not our business. That's how boot camps work. And at the end of the day, it's a faceless corporation. You don't know who the owner is. It's a bunch of freaking different companies that own them, right? At the end of the day, everybody sleeps like a baby. You know, the boot camp instructor gets paid $90,000 a year. He sleeps like a baby. He don't even have to code for anybody and get paid, $90,000, $100,000 if he works full time. If he works part time, he's getting paid $60, $70 an hour for a couple of hours out of his day to come in and teach something that's simple to him to do, right? Everybody sleeps like a baby because at the end of the day, it's a corporation. It's like a business where you don't need to know the owner. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Shout out to Jeffrey from the My name is Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey from the Congo. Yeah. You go to a job where you want to make money. Make money. Makes money. And top was that CodingPhase is better. Yeah, shout out to everybody in here, man. We're about to get out of here. We've been here for 2 hours. Joe, you keeping this live up, Mr. Most of the live? Yeah, it's gonna be up. We didn't say nothing crazy in here. That nobody could chop it up. All right, guys. So listen, my freaking chest is done. Can't talk no more. But yeah, man, we have fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy this live stream. Show me some love, guys, in the comment section. If you was here, take your time, come back to the live stream, leave a comment. Okay, that's the only way that YouTube is going to go in and continue to show it to other people. Okay. Now, again, if you're new to the channel, definitely go check out the links in the description, codingphase.com. That's where we actually do the work. We go in and teach you everything that you need to get started into the tech industry. Okay. So you want to go in and check that out. Right now, you also have this great deal, the Developer Portfolio Blueprint. Even if you are just starting out, this is going to tell you exactly how your portfolio needs to be, what you need as far as the projects that you need to build. I can guarantee you that if you go in and you go and watch this course, you will get a better result than what you're getting right now, because there's so many things in here that's going to help you to make sure you have a great portfolio that is engaging, that's validating your work, right? And helping you showcase your portfolio or your portfolio projects to really look good and get someone to give you an interview, right? Convert that person. If your portfolio is looking like this, right? Looking like the before, you want to have something like this, okay? Don't have this little bullshit portfolio. Have something like this. And again, go through the whole list. You'll see everything that you're going to be able to learn in this course. Again, we're covering multiple roles: content editor, web administrator, email developer, front-end developer, back-end/full stack, game developer, mobile app developer. Okay, see what some of the real developers say. Okay, and this is just some of the people that have gotten value from what we've taught over the years through the portfolio reviews and everything that we've done here. So again, you don't have to believe me. You ask the people that's in here. Okay, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again. Your boy's back and I did it again one more time. But why you still ain't buy the developer blueprint? It's lacking, right, Margarita? Let them know. All right, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase. Peace.